they say all men are created equal.
Shot! Master!
I'll pull out the Glock.
Full of suffering succotash, son.
One of your nuts is hanging out of your shorts.
Real glass.
You have a father, but your father's dead.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Too Sweet podcast. Now, my name is Lucy, and I'm joined by Estelle. And yeah, this is just a new idea for a podcast. We saw all the wrestling podcasts out there, and we thought, why not add another one? And this episode, why not? We're going to be ranking the entire AEW roster. But before we get started, might be worth a little bit of an intro. So yeah, my name's Lucy. Obviously a big wrestling fan, been watching wrestling for like 10 years, maybe even more. And if you're listening to this, you might have heard me on commentary, you might have seen me doing backstage interviews and stuff. So love independent wrestling too, but also obviously love AEW and WWE as well. And me and Estelle met at the Lancaster University Pro Wrestling Society, which was 10 out of 10 experience. So tell us about yourself, Estelle. Introduce yourself.
Likewise, been a lifelong wrestling fan ever since I was a kid. Started on WWE, then at about 14, became really into the indies. Loved Lucha Underground, Black and Gold NXT, New Japan, and then AEW has such a special place in my heart because during like I say, like that Lucha Underground era, and then when Kenny Omega came up, and then it was like, who the hell is this Kenny Omega? What the fuck is 7 stars? Like, what does this mean? And then just opened up a whole new world. And then, yeah, just so special to like I said, huge Kenny fan, huge Bullet Club fan, as seen by our lovely title of the podcast. And then to see him and the Bucks, and then Cody and Tony Khan create AEW, it's very special. And yeah, like Luke says, we met at the university, the only female members of the roster.
Represent.
We just wanted to talk about wrestling, so that's what this is all about, and it's just going to be quite a chill, laid-back podcast, and just women sharing their opinions on wrestling, which I'm sure will go down great.
Yeah. So, yeah. I mean, I feel like part of the reason this came about is because me and you are full of opinions and constantly like texting each other, like, what did you think about Dynamite? And it's full on essays and like pretty much we could probably make a podcast out of all the voice notes that we sent to each other. So it's like, why not make that into content? Like everything these days.
Yeah, we have so many ideas. Much so.
Might as well execute them and actually turn it into something. And I think it's quite important because there's a lack of women in the wrestling podcasting kind of space. Like, I know I said before, there's so many wrestling podcasts out there, but women don't really have a voice, I don't feel like. So hopefully that we can contribute to that a bit more.
Yeah, that was like a huge part about starting it, and one of our jokes was we were originally going to call it the female demographic, but we thought maybe have a female in it might be too much for some people to handle.
Might drive certain people away.
Certain people
what wrestling fans are.
But yeah, the whole point of that name was like men mainly saying like, oh, the female demographic won't like this, female demographic won't like that, and so this is like for us to, not that we represent every woman, but I think we have our ear quite close to the ground and we know what we're talking about. So
spot on. Yeah, it's not like we're claiming that this is what all women think or anything like that. It's not just about that, but it's just the fact that we're wrestling fans and we just why shouldn't we talk about wrestling? Because we love it so much.
So like today we're doing the tier list, and I'm sure we want to do more tier lists in the future, but especially every week we're hoping to do a Dynamite review and pay-per-view reviews for AEW, but we do want to like branch out and stuff. But like Lucy says, like we have like full-time jobs, and Lucy does a lot like commentary and backstage interviews and journalism. Lucy Simons. What's the Facebook? Plug it.
Go follow me on Facebook if you want. It's Lucy Simons, pro wrestling journalist. Follow me on Twitter, Lucy Sim Writes. That's really fun. That takes up quite a lot of time. Yeah, we're both really busy, but we're not gonna half-ass it, are we? This is what we've said. We want to put the effort into this and making it good. So if anyone listening has any feedback now, we can get better. What sort of content you want to see?
Only
then,
nice. Only nice
yeah, only
things.
nice stuff though, because we're just simple girls. We're sensitive. Don't be
Yeah,
harsh. But
just girls.
but yeah, let us know what sort of content you want to see. Leave a comment down below.
Yeah,
Already
engagement.
turning into a YouTuber already, but yeah, Dynamite reviews hopefully weekly, but I think this sort of whole roster ranking might be a bit longer than our usual content, just because it's quite a mammoth task. So should we jump into it?
Yeah, do you want to run through the categories
Yes,
first,
that's
like what they mean?
a great place to start. Yeah. So everyone knows how a tier list works, right? You've got the best at the top, the worst at the bottom, obviously, and you put them in where you want. And we're gonna mutually decide, and we have to agree. But this
Which
might,
I'm sure
yeah,
it'll go down so well, because another thing is we are very different. Well, we can both appreciate things, but we do have different tastes. We both
yeah,
love AEW, but sometimes different sides of it, so that's fun.
yeah. Let's just say we don't have the same list of favorite wrestlers, like even remotely similar. So should make for some interesting discussions.
But yeah,
But yeah, top being the best, elite. Self
original.
self-explanatory, so original. I bet you can't guess where we got that word from. Yeah, the best, like you can't fault them. And also, do you want to just kind of explain some of the sort of criteria that we've got? Because it's not just based on who we
Yeah.
like.
Yeah, so we're going to this, and like we say, we do have a lot of personal bias and a lot of faves, but we're going to try to do it on not just blindly on potential or who we love or who's the best athletically or who's great on the mic. It's also unfortunately going to encompass booking, and
Mm.
AEW booking is quite questionable and quite spotty at the minute. So, um, yeah, it's going to be multifaceted. It's not just going to be about like who we enjoy the most. So it's going to be a bit painful, because some people we would like to put up higher up, but we've just got to be real with ourselves and be like, what do they add to the show? What do they add to the card, sort of thing.
Yeah,
So yeah,
because in wrestling, I mean, it's how you come across on screen. It's how you, unfortunately, how the people in the back want you to come across a lot of the time as well. So that's got to factor into it. But if we think they're perfect, they contribute loads to the product, it wouldn't be the same without them, then this is where they would belong. 4 out of 5 stars. Meltzer, we love you. Please.
Melts and marks.
Yeah, obviously it's like not perfect, but pretty close to being perfect. It's
Just something's holding him back.
yeah, there's just something that's not quite up here, but it's close, pretty close.
It's pretty good.
Mid is mid. That's it,
Mid,
really.
just mid, in it.
Mid. Bathroom break. Okay. You're not that bothered about missing it. It's just boring, self-explanatory, isn't
Well,
it?
you could, like
Yeah.
like you might hold it in. It's like bathroom break, like
Yeah.
sometimes I might hold it in, sometimes I might go if like I'm at a live show, but it's just yeah, it's a bit weak.
It's yeah, it's not gonna blow your socks off sort of thing. It's not biggest draw on the card. It's just could take it or leave it.
Like a 0 hour type thing. Someone who should be on
Mm.
0 hour.
And
Can we put
then
that in brackets in the category?
0 hour.
Like pre-show type vibe. I feel like that also kind of surmises it.
Yeah, definitely, yeah. And next I felt nothing. You just felt nothing. It's just like no emotions, kind of neutral, like not not extremely negative, but also like just nothing.
Just could not care less.
Hmm.
Felt nothing. Again, self-explanatory.
Sounds like planetary. I felt nothing. And then we got the. Oh wait, are these two meant to be? Oh no, no, this is right, isn't it? These in the right
Yeah,
order.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah, we've got X Packy. That's
Can't
negative. We
stand.
just cannot stand
But it's
whatever the
not
reason might
heel.
be.
It's not a draw. It's like just get off my screen.
Mm-hmm.
You're pissing me off type
Just
vibe.
wasting the screen time that could be to someone else.
Yeah.
But
And obviously,
Arguably,
we all know X-Pac. We all know why that came about.
of course, no need to explain that. And then also the same with this one, don't know you. I mean, in many ways, this is worse than that, which is why it's below it. If you just literally don't know someone, I
Yeah, a
think,
lot of Ring of Honor people, I think, are gonna go in here.
yeah, unfortunately, with AEW
So,
has a lot of content at the moment. It's hard to you can't keep up with it all. You just can't. Some
but
people,
not a lot of consequential content,
yeah, right. So they kind
which
of
is
fade away.
yeah, no impact.
Hmm. No impact, and it's a shame for them. But like, what can you do about it? I just don't know you. I can't put you up here if I don't know you.
Yeah.
And then this one is just people who aren't in the roster anymore. So we have literally just gone on tiermaker.com and we're using someone else's template. So this someone this is from 2023, so it's not that outdated, but there's some people on here who aren't on the roster anymore, so they'll go here. Yeah, sounds
Yeah. So we can just jump in, I'm pretty sure.
makes all makes
Let's
sense.
go.
So do you want to go alphabetically? Because this is how
Yeah,
this
let's
is laid
just
out.
go how it is.
Aaron Solo.
Don't know you, love.
Yeah,
Do you
I
know him?
agree. No, I don't. I don't.
Don't know you, love. There you go. Move on. Bang.
This is where people are like have tuned in like they're fake wrestling fans. They don't even know Aaron Solo.
Now, if you know Aaron Solo, get out. Go outside, touch some grass. That's really me. Anyway, who's next?
Action Andretti.
Oh, can't be asked. That should have been a
Against-
category. Can't be asked.
Just
I,
like
I, can we put? I felt nothing. Can we put in brackets? Can't be asked. CBA. That'll
yeah,
make me feel. Sorry, I'm like
yeah.
being a dictator. Yeah. Oh, I feel kind of bad though, because like he did. I don't know, because he did have that water bottle spot, which did give him like a little gram of personality, and he did beat Chris Jericho that one time.
The fact that you
What's
remember,
your opinion?
I mean, I personally, again, I felt nothing. I don't have any feelings either way. It doesn't spark anything. His name
We
or his
did
face.
say also that we're going to rank tag teams together, and he is in Top Flight, but I feel like Top Flight only has just come together, so we will rank him independently. But
I
he
think that
also
makes more
looks a
sense.
lot like Darius Martin, I think, like his tag team partner, and they both have like
It's
no personality.
yeah, so it's like they don't have individuality, and that's really shit. Like you can
But
be in
he's
a
good
tag
in
team.
ring.
Yeah, like
He
nothing
can
wrong with it in
go.
the ring. Yeah,
He can go. I
but
did like the
having
water bottle spot, so hopefully, he starts doing a bit more stuff and can move up a bit. But
maybe
it's
we'll
just
do an
he's like
updated
literally,
version of this next year, and we'll see where
yeah,
people are at.
he's literally a generic creator wrestler on
Oh,
2K.
oh, that's that's harsh
His his his
criticism.
his his look, his look. It is though, because when you're on creator wrestler as well, like you'll spam like the most insane moves as well, and you'll put that in like your move set.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, sorry, I'm dragging him. I'm absolutely dragging this man.
With two people in,
Anyway, yeah.
Action Andretti is getting buried in the mud. Let's move on.
Oh.
I can't even read the text on this one.
Who the hell is that? He doesn't even have like a little name.
And is it Anthony?
Oh, you could see better than me. It's on your screen.
I can't see that.
So just put "don't know you love."
Unfortunately.
Don't know you love.
Oh, but now it's about to get good. Adam Page.
He's literally in the elite. Elite. We love Adam Page. It is one of our like unifying opinions. We think he's absolutely amazing. Just
You know what?
top tier.
Yeah, I do agree with you, but it's more recently I've kind of realized now this don't let him out. Only kind of more
I'm
recently
hearing.
I've realized like what
Not
sort of
during his
value.
title run. His
I
first
mean,
title run. You weren't feeling it then.
I don't know, not I just there's just something about what he's doing right now where I'm just like I'm invested and I want to know what you're gonna do next, sort of thing.
Yeah, with the swerve stuff.
Yeah, and he's obviously so unique. He brings so much to the product, I think, and his horse, and he's a cowboy, and it's
His
just I just love
horse.
it.
He does cowboy shit. He drinks
Yeah,
beer.
And
And
he's
also,
real as
yeah,
well. He's
he's
so
real.
real.
AEW is very heel dominated. They don't have a lot of top baby faces, maybe because like all the edgelord fans, you know, we root for heels more. But he is genuinely like a pissed off like baby face that you really want to get behind,
Yeah,
you know.
yeah. You've got no
And he's
reason
good
not
when he's
to.
losing. He's actually
Yeah.
better when he's losing, which is rare. Like at the minute, his whole run, and like you're saying, you're really invested. And his whole thing is he's just been beaten by Swerve twice. You know, like he's not. But you're loving it.
Yeah. Well, he's not doing it's not because his character work is so effective, he doesn't need to be doing something really extravagant all the time. The simple stuff works, and also he's really good at building sympathy as well because he's such a relatable person. Like he's not a cartoonish cowboy. He's like he's
Anxious
cool.
millennial cowboy.
Yeah, he's depressed and he's
It's depressed.
vibing, and everyone in the crowd is like, "Oh my God, same."
Yeah,
It works.
elite.
It works in lots of ways. Love him. No
Love.
notes, Adam Page. Keep doing what you're doing.
After we've just buried two people, Adam Page, just keep it up.
Keep it
Just
up.
keep it up, brother.
All right, who's this person? Alan Angels.
Don't know you love.
I'm afraid not. Um, Alex Mathers. Are we doing personalities?
Yeah, he'll do personalities.
Okay.
What is this guy on? What is he commentating on? Ring of Honor?
Yeah, I think so.
Don't know you love.
That'll be it. I don't really
Have
know.
you seen him? Have you seen him commentate anywhere else before?
No, not off the top of my head. I do.
Yeah, I don't know you.
Yeah, I'm sure he's very good. I mean, the stuff I've seen of Ring of Honor, I thought the commentary is always very good. But yeah, Alex Reynolds.
Can't be asked. And it's
Yeah.
also kind of don't know you love, but I do know you, but like
Mm,
but I know we can't put him in don't know you love because like I do know him, but he's just got no personality.
I agree. I don't. It's
Creator
the
wrestler,
same.
generic
Yeah,
creator wrestler.
yeah. It's the same. It's the same. Unfortunately, yeah.
Is he the one in Dark Order?
Yes,
Yeah, okay.
with a question mark. But yeah, felt nothing.
Oh,
Now,
oh,
moving
he's
on.
obsolete, but he should be an X-Pac heat, which is controversial. But like he should be an X-Pac heat, but he's obsolete.
So we'll put him in obsolete. Do you want to explain?
Yeah.
Or are we just going to move swiftly past because he's not on the roster anymore?
Well, yeah, he only just left in what's last pay-per-view? World's End. He had his last match with Miro. Um, but I just see the thing is, as a wrestler, if you just take what's on the screen, you know, he's pretty good, and he is a victim of his booking since he came over
Yeah,
to AEW.
yeah,
But
that's
he
fair.
also is a guy that I think thinks he's a lot better than he is. Don't have a lot of personality, and he just seems to have come into AEW with like an entitled attitude. He didn't really want to be there. He obviously was only there because he got fobbed off from WWE. He obviously saw it as the little leagues, and he didn't want to like invest in it. And he didn't. I don't know. I'm not saying like. Obviously, he released his statement after he left, and he was thanking the company. He was very credit where credit's due. He was very gracious about his exit.
Yeah,
Um,
yeah,
and he put on a great match, and yeah, he went out like I said, very graciously, but I just feel like during his himself, you know, like probably knew it in himself, like he didn't want to be there, and it just came across to me, and it just yeah, my opinion.
no, you're completely right. Everything you said. I think that yeah, a victim of his booking, but also didn't probably help himself. But his exit was good. I'd be interested to see what he does next. If there's going to be anything of note. But no, I agree with what you said.
Yeah,
Um, so we'll move on. And Helico. Is he in? Is he been on AEW TV recently?
he was in like some random battle royales. He was in that battle
Of course.
royale. Oh, that one that they did for the TNT Championship with the Luchasaurus one. He was a body in that.
Right, a body.
He's an AEW OG.
Okay, yeah. I do actually remember that now that you said that, yeah. And we talked about Lucha Underground before. I always really liked him in that, but
I can't. They were quite good. Yeah, it was really good in Lucha Underground, but this ain't a Lucha Underground roster
exactly,
ranking, unfortunately.
I
Jack
know
Evans, Angelico, even. Sorry, I know I'm being so cunning.
these interchangeable
I
people.
I do like him though, but like
He's a really good wrestler.
it's just I felt nothing. I feel like he's more bathroom break, but I don't know. I feel like I'm kind of putting him too high.
I don't think
You
so.
know what I
'Cause
mean? Because like, what has he actually done?
I was even thinking just purely on the quality of matches that I've seen him even mid, but I have to think about AEW, and you are right that that would be too high.
Bathroom break.
I feel
Bathroom
like
break.
bathroom break, yeah.
I do think he should be in. He should be in one lower, but we don't have the category for it, so he's
Yeah.
there.
I mean, the thing is, like, you could make this as nuanced
But yeah,
with so many different tiers, but then it would just be way too complicated and defeats the whole point of the tier list system. Um, but okay, bathroom break, yeah, agreed. Next on the list, we have Angelo Parker.
again, I feel like we need to make a category in between bathroom break and I felt nothing because I feel like that's where him and Angelico should go.
We need to be
We're
decisive.
just seriously not wrong with taking it seriously, not wrong with really analysing fucking Angelico and Cool Hand bloody Ange Parker, the most important members of the AW roster, like, you know, really giving him the time of day here.
And it matters. It matters where they go on this list. It fucking matters.
Adam Page, 2 seconds, yeah, mate, straight elite, no conversation. These two.
This is where the real debate.
Oh
This is the
dear.
real content. I feel like if we're undecided, I
Anyway,
feel like
but I
it's
do
more
think
of a
he's like a
felt
good
nothing.
tag team.
Yeah, fair, fair. But with
With
yeah,
Daddy Magic.
mm-hmm.
I'm voting for pre-show vibe. Pre-show
Okay,
vibe is where I'm at with him.
yeah, yeah. The category in between there, yes, but we're being decisive. Pre-show vibe.
Yeah. You know, he's in a battle royale. That's what he is, so a
That's the
nutty.
thing, and it's the battle royale that doesn't really have implications for the winner, and you could kind of take it.
Why don't no. Let's make a new category and call it Battle Royale. And then we put them there. I think that's what we should do. Because I think there's going to be more people and we're just going to keep arguing about it.
You're absolutely right.
So just put them there. Another body, call it another body or whatever. Battle Royale. That's what they are.
Battle royale fodder.
Fodder. Fodder for whatever person they're trying to put over Lance Archer at the time. Just, you know.
Should we move both of these two down?
Mm-hmm.
Right, there we go. Now this is getting more accurate the more we go along. Love it.
Yeah.
Next, Anna J is
Can't be asked.
really now the women's roster is hard because the booking is like, I mean, what even?
Yeah,
What
but I
even?
don't think she has a character anyway. Like
That's
she's
what I was
been in
gonna say.
OG. What has she done? She's been
That's the
in a
exact
bunch of
same thing.
factions. She
Yeah.
was in Jazz and then Dark Order. Well, she was in Dark Order before Jazz. Just you know, if you've been given opportunities and you haven't gotten yourself over, she's had more opportunities than other women on the roster. So yeah,
Yeah, fair enough. And good
that's how
wrestler.
I'm
But
feeling.
no, I do agree. So next up, we've got the Acclaimed. I've just moved Max Caster up there because we're going to do tag teams together because these two are obviously
Yeah,
always seen together. And I think I love them as a team. I think they gel together really well. Um, love the whole thing. Their gimmick is funny. It's unique. No one else is doing anything like that, and I think it works. Personally, I don't think I'd put them in elite though. What do you think?
um, I think as an act, they are elite. Like the complete package, they are elite. But in terms of like actual wrestling, you know, from a technical standpoint, that if we look at like the top 20 matches of AEW, top 10 matches of AEW, and the tag teams that are in it, it's FTR, it's the Young Bucks, it's Bullet Club Gold. Have they had a noteworthy match in their whole AEW career? No, but as an act, they are elite. So I'm kind of torn. Personally, I put them in elite, but I know Lucy is leaning towards 4 out of 5, and I feel like I can convince myself to maybe put them higher. So
Oh, sorry about
yeah.
that. But this is what I mean,
No,
though.
it's
It's
fine.
like,
It's fine because then you owe me something in the future. So
oh,
you know.
right, okay, blackmail. I see. I see how it is. But like what you were saying about the matches, though, that's kind of what I'm thinking. So if I think of Adam Page, I can name so many like memorable matches. Just I can just remember them off the top of my head. But is it the same with the Acclaimed? I don't know. And if we want to hold them to that same standard, I don't know. I feel like, yeah, they're brilliant. Love everything they do. Don't have any problems with them. But for me, it's just not quite elite.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah. Agreed. Yeah, it's fine. We can just put them there.
you can deal with that one. We can deal with that one.
It's
We
a
can.
loss I'll have to take, you know. It just depends on the category, doesn't it? And I suppose, yeah, wrestling wise. But I don't think that's something they're interested in though, because I remember listening to like Billy Gunn talking about it and stuff, and I think it Bowens. I think it's Bowens that wants to do stuff like that, and he tries to do stuff like that, but he has a very sports entertainment like mindset, and five moves of doom, and why do more when you don't need to. You'll never see Billy Gunn take a bump.
Yeah,
And I know that I think it's him who has the same sort of mindset. He was saying, I think it was like AW Unrestricted. He was talking about it, so that's their prerogative.
that's really interesting. Yeah, because
But yeah,
what they do, it works. It's effective for them. But would like to see them in some more like really amazing matches. But not that they're doing anything wrong at the moment. But
yeah, the best is yet to come. I think
definitely.
so. We'll see.
So we'll move on to the next person on this alphabetical list, who is AQA, and that just
All I can
reminds
think of
me
is AQA. Yeah,
the
GCSEs.
the exam board, right? Yeah,
Yeah.
AQA English, bane of my existence. I
Don't know your love.
Yeah, no, I was gonna say I don't know if I've seen any of her matches.
Must be a Ring of Honor type thing. We don't watch Ring of Honor, by the way. We should have probably
Full
um
disclosure, yeah.
we don't watch Ring of Honor, but like how much of AW fan base does.
Yeah, there's a lot of content, and I know a lot of people are into it, and I'm sure it's really good. I would like to, just don't have the time for all this content.
Yeah, just don't have the time. And it's not
AR
consequential.
Fox. Let's think about AR Fox for a second because I like him.
Battle Royale fodder.
Mm, that's what I was
I'm
gonna say
really
too.
glad we have that
Yeah,
category.
it makes complete sense. It's like these people who are just kind of there, and he's just kind
Great
of
in
there.
ring work,
Yeah,
can
amazing
go.
wrestler.
You can count on him, but in terms of character, they were great in Lucha Underground.
Yeah,
The great in Lucha Underground category, maybe should call it.
you know what?
So,
That should
yeah.
that should have been this podcast, the Lucha Underground podcast. Hasn't existed for years, but let's do it.
Oh, it's so good though. If you haven't seen Lucha Underground, you are missing out. Top
Yeah,
tier wrestling, especially if you
yeah.
like AEW, because it's all the in ring stuff, but with storyline.
With a
Crazy
lot of
storyline.
storyline too.
Mm.
Anyway,
And great women's wrestling as well. Anyway.
yes, true, true, very true. Let's move on to Ari Davari. Head empty, no thoughts, no opinion.
Yeah, it's not quite Don't Know Your Love because I think I have seen some of his stuff, but I felt nothing.
Yeah.
Can't be asked.
And
Pull out
Anderson.
the Glock.
Elite just for the Glock.
No, you can't. Shit post like that. We're not shit
Nah,
posting. It's hard though, isn't it? Because he's
not really
not.
done anything lately.
Yeah, I mean, but he's not. he don't really fit any of these categories. Like
He's not
bathroom
not a
break is
wrestler.
like a wrestling category, and battle royale is a wrestling category. But he's not. I felt nothing because like it's Arn Anderson. Just put him in mid.
Yeah, we'll go mid. That's fair because yeah, you're right. He's not just a wrestler because obviously he's not a wrestler, but yeah. Adam Cole.
Yeah, elite,
I completely agree. I'm glad you said that because
elite.
it's pretty simple. He's Adam Cole.
He's awesome, and he's just what he's doing right now with the Devil storyline. When he came in, it was quite exciting at first, but very underwhelming. The whole MJF thing's just done wonders for him, and I'm so excited to see him be a heel. It was fantastic last week on Dynamite when he did his promo and he came out as a heel and he just had that look in his eyes and it was like seeing the Adam Cole of old. And I can't wait. The best is yet to come in AEW. He's about to really hit his stride.
I completely agree. He's amazing as a heel. I think he works really well as a face because he's easy to get behind, but he's better as a heel because he can
Oh,
believe that
so much better.
he's evil. Like he has just like the whole MJF storyline. We were so into it. We were so emotionally invested, and still are.
Especially at
And
Wembley.
yeah, that was like peak
Intense.
emotions that you could. Yeah, it was so intense. Like anything I've ever seen in wrestling before. Like that was like for me one of the most compelling storylines. And I thought that Adam was turning then, and to have it come kind of full circle now. It's yeah, you're right. He's not yet even hit his peak. It's gonna just get better, but it's
You're
already.
really going to understand why he's an elite, like as the next one. And if you haven't, which I'm sure you have, but if you haven't seen him in his heel work in NXT and Ring of Honor before, like, it's gonna get good. It's
Mm-hmm.
gonna get good.
And an amazing wrestler as well.
And it's just unfortunate that he's been hit with injuries during his run as well.
Yeah,
It's a shame.
it could have been a lot more if he hadn't got injured. That's just so unfortunate.
Yeah.
But glad we agree on that. Elite's looking pretty strong with the Adams.
Yeah.
We've got
Who's that?
Alex next. Who I
Alex Abrahentes.
don't recognize him.
You don't. He's the guy who comes out with not Lucha Underground, bloody Lucha Brothers, and he comes
Oh,
out with anyone Hispanic or a luchador. It seems to be, and he's like, he's
okay.
really like annoying, and he's like, Penta says this. Do you
Okay.
know him? You know.
Yeah, you're right. I know, yeah.
He seems to have a lot of X-Pac heat, but I quite like him.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think he's an alright manager.
I mean, if
It's
he's
tough again to.
got the X-Pac heat, that kind of suggests he's a good manager.
Well, no, because X-Pac heat is bad. It's like people genuinely like they think he's like a bad like manager. But I think we've got to put him in mid again because he's not 4 out of 5 stars. He's not like the best like manager in the world, but then again, I can't put him anywhere else, so mid it's gonna have to be.
Or even
He had summit. He had summit to the act.
yeah. I feel like without him, it would be missing something.
But it's
But
not adding a lot.
yeah.
But it adds something.
Yeah.
It's better than nothing.
Yeah.
Oh,
Okay.
can't be
Next
asked.
one, Abaddon.
No,
Oh,
X-Pac heat actually. X-Pac
what?
heat.
Now this is this is where the first time we're going to properly disagree.
What, you love her?
Well, I wouldn't
Yeah,
say
you don't like her.
I wouldn't
I
say
swear you don't like her.
I wouldn't say I love them, but I'm not like
Or
I'm not
them.
like I hate you. I don't know what reason you'd have to hate Abaddon, really.
First of all, I hate spooky gimmicks.
Okay.
Like Undertaker, obviously excluded from that. It's just die. I hate anything spooky. I hate the look. Like it just genuinely repulses me. But I know that that's what it's supposed to do.
I was gonna say
But
I
it
think
just
that's the point.
yeah. But I don't. It's just not for me. It's just not
Mm.
for me. And like their matches have not been to my taste either. And just what is the character other than being a bit spooky and like weird stuff's coming out of your mouth? I hate mist. I hate anything coming out of mouths. Anything coming out of mouths. But yeah, it's
It's so
X-Pac heat for me.
unsanitary.
It's so unsanitary.
You know what?
But yeah.
Like I don't agree X-Packy, but I hear where you're coming from. So not particularly good in ring. No real personality apart from I'm a scary person.
Mm.
I don't like the look either, but it creeps me out. That's why I don't like it, and I think for that reason it's good because it's like shit. This is like a proper creepy, proper unique, eye catching. And I think that's always a good thing. But
Mm.
not being involved in any sort of compelling television.
The only time they get brought out is when, or it's Halloween, or we're doing a spooky royale or something. I mean, if you really wanna, you could bump it up to I Felt Nothing or Battle Royale fodder
This,
if you really want. But if
because
it was me, it would be an X-Pac.
I don't
Yeah.
think I felt nothing is fair because we clearly do feel something.
Yeah, but I feel X-Pac. That's what I'm feeling. But yeah, that it's fine. I can live with Abaddon, them being there. I can live with that. I can go
Okay,
to sleep happily knowing that that's where we're at.
that's not gonna. Okay, that's good to know. It's not gonna keep you up at night. Okay. Moving on then from Abaddon to Athena. Now, I really like
Elite.
Athena.
Elite.
She's an
Elite.
amazing wrestler. She's so underrated.
Should
She's
not be on Ring of Honor.
underutilized. Tony Khan, what the fuck are you doing? She should have been
I
the
know.
champion like at least once by now.
Why you would put one of your top female stars on Ring of Honor, I don't know. She's the only good thing going in Ring of Honor, in my opinion. Like the only it's her show. She's
Yeah,
fantastic. She's amazing. The stuff she's done with Billy Stark's amazing. To me, she is elite. And I think as well, like a lot of the women are not going to be at the top for me personally. I don't know how it's going to end up because obviously, you know, it's both of us making this together. But like we said at the start, there's a lot of women that I like on the roster, but being real, you know, with the booking and stuff.
hmm
I don't know if I could put them in conscious in the elite territory because not, and it's not fair to them, but they're not given the time, you know. How can you be elite
exactly.
if you've got a 5 minute match? But I think Athena, for what she's doing at Ring of Honor, you know, the time that they are allocating it for her on a C show, maybe, but yeah, I think she's fantastic.
I think
So
she's as
yeah,
well. I listened to her on Renee's podcast and she said,
yeah, that was
I love
such a good
being on.
episode.
Yeah, she was like, I love being on
Oh,
Ring
she
of
was
Honor because
so
it's
real and she was just so
yeah.
passionate,
Yeah,
and it
you
comes
could
across.
tell that she loves
She
doing
cares.
what she's doing and she cares about making Ring of Honor really good, and that comes across. And you don't
Mm.
get the feeling really that she's like, oh, I wish I could do more, even though I'm sure
But
she
she
does
could
want to
be,
do
and she
more.
should be.
Yeah,
You know,
yeah.
she should be, and she should be there. But oh, just so humble and so great. Love her. But
But
yeah, I'm happy to put her there.
does she
Yeah,
contribute enough to
for
be
what?
in?
For she is Ring of Honor. Yeah, she is Ring of Honor.
But is this Ring of Honor or is this AEW?
This is AEW, and Ring of Honor is under AEW,
Oh.
and she is one of the top female stars, like the top three for me. Athena's up there.
Oh no, I completely agree. Yeah, yeah, you're right. You're right. I can deal with that.
You
Okay,
can
then.
deal with it.
No,
Who's
no,
this? Which
I'm happy with that. I'm happy with that.
okay,
I
you
guess with my
convinced. That's
cynical
good.
head on, I'm like, all elite wrestling, no, but you are right. Ring of Honor is part of all elite wrestling, and she is Ring
And
of Honor.
to be it, to literally carry the show. That's elite. That's top tier for me.
Yeah. Okay, next we've got Aubrey Edwards.
Would you like to talk about your opinion on AW refs? I feel like now would be a good time. You
Oh
know,
well, I
you
mean,
have some good opinions.
it's come up naturally. So listen, now this is where I'm at. No, right. I,
Oh, for orbs.
as a person, lovely, and I think it's great, amazing. She was one of the first ever female referees like on mainstream TV, trailblazer in that sense. I don't like AW referees in the way they're all so in your face all the time, and you can
I
see them
think
on
she's the
camera,
best. I
and they're
think she's
just
the best of them.
oh, she's one of the yeah, she is one of the better ones. I mean, I don't. know all of them by name.
I think
Um,
Aubrey should be elite. I think she should be elite. I think this is like one of like the biggest tragedies because you're gonna want to put her low. She's so good. She literally has moments in when we think of the best AW matches, and she contributes with her selling, especially in like tag matches where she's so just on it on everyone. And I agree with you with the refs. I do agree with you, but I think Aubrey, she just plays it perfectly. She really does, and she'll tell him, she'll tell the heels when they're doing something wrong, and she'll call it. A lot of refs would just ignore it, but she doesn't. She'll literally call it right there and then, and she's not afraid to do that. And she's
it, I'm.
great.
It might be like I don't know if this is like an old fashioned thing. Maybe I don't know like what you would describe it as, but for me, like a referee, you shouldn't be able to see them unless you really need to. Not as in you don't see
No, I
them on camera, but
agree.
as in like they should just blend in. And I don't know, I don't feel the need for reactions and shit from the referee. I just don't.
But the action is so fast paced in AW.
Hmm.
I think, like I say, she thrives the best in multi-man matches and things like that. And she keeps order in there. She keeps it all together.
Yeah.
I
Well,
agree with your consensus on the refs overall.
hmm.
Certain Mr. Knox. I have strong feelings about that referee, but I think she's fantastic. But I don't know.
I think she
Where
but to
would
your
you
point,
put
I
her?
think she's like a big you look at her and you think AEW, and I think that
Yeah, she's
a
literally
big
like
part of
flagship.
the television kind of look on TV is seeing her in the ring. Like
And from
she's
day
very
one as well.
recognizable. Yeah,
And
from
she was one of
like
the
all these
first like
years.
female refs on mainstream television.
Hmm. So that's got to stand for something. Ah, this is hard. Because also, how can a
Go on.
referee be elite?
Yeah, but that's where we're at. She is the for the referees. So you can't. It's like we're not comparing the women to the men. We're not comparing the management to the wrestlers. We're not comparing the commentators. They're in their own category.
Mm, okay, okay, that
So
makes
I
sense.
just think of her as there's like say there's 6 or 7 referees. She is an elite referee.
Okay,
She's the best
okay.
referee they've got. you know.
I would agree. I would agree with that.
I can't believe I managed to convince you to put her that high up.
There's just certain things that I have issues with, but it's not that deep at the same time, and obviously she knows way more about like refereeing than me. Like obviously, and she is
Yeah.
good at what she does. I'm
But it's
not.
also like
I
your
dispute that.
personal taste, everyone's got
Mhm.
their own personal taste. Who's that
Well,
with the yellow headband down there?
Austin Gunn.
All the guns, let's put them in together. What's your opinion?
I think these two are integral to the AEW tag team division. I feel like
Mm.
they contribute a lot to it, and
Really? You think I love them, but you like they contribute a lot. Like you like loving them. I
well,
didn't know you felt so passionately about the guns.
I'm not coming across so passionate about them. I mean,
Yeah.
I
like
don't know. I just
you,
feel like when I think of the AEW tag team division, it's just they're just part of it. They just are. They. I think something would be missing if they weren't there. What do you
I think
think?
they're 4 out of 5.
Mm, that's
I
where I was
think
leaning to
they
because they're not
are
like
no,
not
I think
elite,
when
but
they eventually hit and get championship gold, which eventually they will do, I don't think it's
yeah,
happening anytime soon because I don't think Bullet Club Gold is the hot faction anymore. Um, I think, we're gonna focus on well, I suppose, the Kingdom they have Ring of Honor tag belts. Um, but that seems to be the hot faction at the minute, and that's where all of our focus is. So I can't see them getting it anytime soon. But yeah, I really like them.
yeah, yeah. Me
I
too.
think they're really good.
Good in the ring and strong characters as well.
Yeah, Bullet Club Gold has just done like wonders for them though, like as a faction. Like when they first came in and it wasn't the best, but they've really come into their own and they're just growing more and more and just they're just great. They really understand the character of heels that are not cool.
Yeah,
but you still want to cheer them. But they're really old school in that type of, coming down to the ring, the stupid attire, the stupid entrance, coming down on a tricycle covered in body glitter, can go in the ring, can cut amazing heel promos. They are great, but they'll get to elite. They'll get there.
Yeah,
They're on their way.
Yeah, like we said before, maybe next year they might be up there next year. Okay, next up we've got Bandido.
Felt nothing. Can't be
Yeah, me
asked.
neither.
What about you?
Yeah, I had the same kind of.
I'm not a big fan of luchadors with no personality.
I know that's how you feel because we've talked about this before. It's hard when you've got a mask because you don't have the facial expressions and you kind of relying on that to be your personality, and sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. Not saying it doesn't work for Bandido, it's just kind of meh. Hasn't really been given the chance
Yeah.
to do anything with it. So yeah, I didn't really feel anything.
I respect luchadors.
Hmm.
I respect what they do,
Yeah.
and I appreciate that they're a part of AEW. I appreciate that AEW is multifaceted in the way that ECW was. I appreciate that we've got Japanese wrestling, Mexican wrestling, we've got English wrestling, we've got obviously American wrestling. I love it. I think the time that we're giving them sometimes, and it's like we've got not the big, like, say it's the first Dynamite back after a pay-per-view, and it's like in the main event we've got someone who's super hot, say like I don't even know. We've got Christian Cage, and he's had a banging match the night before, and now we're going to have him a Bandido. Or it's someone's first match and we've signed him, it's Will Ospreay, or let's have him against Bandido. You know what I mean? Like,
It's just not,
and
it's
this is why
unremarkable.
storyline.
Storyline matters.
Yeah, storyline is important.
But we've got Bear Boulder and Bear Bronson.
Who the hell are they?
I'm glad you said that because
Are
I
they
was
the
thinking the
protein people?
same thing.
Yeah,
Same
in Bear
deal.
Boulder, the one that like drinks protein. Don't know your love. I'm not gonna say I felt nothing. I swear they are, and they had like a match on Dynamite a couple of months ago, but
Hmm.
yeah, we don't know you like that. Sorry.
Sorry if we've hurt your feelings. Not that I'm sure they're listening to this podcast with great anticipation. Anyway, Big Bill.
Mid.
For me, mid is generous, but I could live with it. I just don't.
No, I think move him down. Yeah, I think I'm just enamored with the Ricky Starks, and I wasn't originally, but I think yeah,
I feel like that's more on Ricky Starks and Big Bill.
I feel like maybe he's more battle royale fodder actually.
I mean, I agree. I was
Okay,
because
yeah,
you wanted to put him in mid.
Put him
I
there.
was like, we'll compromise and put him in
I
the
was
middle.
just
But
loving him. It's just Ricky Starks. I just love him. So it's the Ricky Starks. We got a rub from him. So what can I say?
cool, right?
Next up,
Big Swole's not on the roster anymore.
yeah, obsolete.
Billy Gunn.
That's really hard to rank him because he's like a legend. Let's just put him in with the Acclaimed in 4 out of 5, and we'll just put him in as an act with him.
I was gonna
way.
kind of say the same thing because they're a collective, aren't they?
Yeah.
Bobby
And we've
Fish.
done that. Is he in out at the minute? He's injured, isn't he?
I think so. Yeah.
I felt nothing. Can't be asked.
I used to think him and Kyle O'Reilly were a really good team. And I was into that. But, that was a long time ago.
That was a long time ago. That was a different brand. So
Exactly.
next
Very
up,
good, very good wrestler, but Brandy Rhodes,
obsolete.
no longer on the roster.
God, for I haven't been on the roster for a very long time.
Brandon Cutler.
Battle Royale fodder. I like him. Think he's fine. He's a great jobber. Does what
Does
meant
what's
to do.
needed of him. You need people like that on the roster. Like, not
Yeah, he's
everyone
very
can.
entertaining.
Yeah.
And as a jobber, he is an elite jobber. Like, and he's very entertaining with his mist and the stuff that he's done with Cabana. Yeah.
If we were ranking jobbers, he'd be at right there at the
It'd be the
top.
top.
Brian Cage.
Brian Cage. I felt nothing.
That Lucha Underground be crying.
Yeah, Lucha. Yeah, Lucha Underground. He was great because he was a big fish in a small pond, but
Mm.
I literally forget that he exists, and then like he'll come out with the Mogul Embassy, or like he'll come out. To me, him and Lance Archer are very interchangeable, just big, scary men that bury people in squash matches, and I just don't care. It's not my style of wrestling. It's not what I'm interested in.
Me neither. And it's
Yeah.
fair. It's fine. I agree with that.
Mm-hmm.
Brian Pillman Jr.
Yeah, obsolete. He's in NXT now. And a lot of people seem to think that is a massive loss. So we will see.
We'll see what
What's it called now?
happens.
Alexis King. And if you're a fan, you're a Lex offender.
Oh my, don't let's not even go
Classy.
there.
Real classy, that one. So yeah.
So yeah, moving swiftly on. Britt Baker.
Elite. But
I
but
love her.
but over last year she's done now, and that ain't her fault.
Not
She
her
said
fault.
that she's voiced on Twitter she wants more screen time and stuff, but I don't think I'm putting her in elite based on nostalgia. I'm putting her in elite based on the role model, all that. And she hadn't been elite. She's 4 out of 5 stars at the minute. Her
Oh,
her what is it? Her ranking, her mystique, her brand image has gone down based on the booking. So to be honest, she is 4 out of 5 stars at the minute. Possibly
yeah.
even lower. Because she just has
Oh,
done nothing since Jamie Hayter.
it's really hard, isn't it? Because she's so charismatic
She is
and
my favourite female wrestler in AEW.
she's amazing
But
in the ring in all kind of sense of being a good
and promo.
wrestler. It's not her fault, obviously, that she doesn't get the stream that
No.
she's not getting the screen time at the moment. I kind of still want to
But
put her in elite though. What do you...
go on, put her in elite. Go
I
on.
think she deserves it.
But we'll see when she comes back what she's gonna do. Hopefully it'll be in a big angle.
Mm. Something to get her back up to the top because she's kind of falling down in relevance at
Yeah.
the moment, but not through
I
any
don't
fault of her
know.
own.
Yeah, I don't know what. I mean, I've heard that, her herself, she was a bit conscious that everyone was hating on her because she was being over pushed, but she was the only good thing there. It's like complaining that MJF was getting over pushed when he was a champion, but he was literally carrying, AEW through a lot of the tumultuous times they had last year.
Mm.
And obviously she was been nursing Adam Cole, who she's with in real life. And I guess like when Jamie Hayter got out with the injury, and it was supposed to be the OGs versus the Outcasts, and that fell apart. But still, I
Just
still
like,
think she could have been doing a something, anything, and it's a total waste.
yeah,
Total waste. What are you doing?
yeah,
What are you
it's so
doing?
unfortunate. Oh man, okay. But still deserving of elite.
Yeah, still deserving, even though the booking, but I suppose it ain't bad booking. She literally just hasn't been on TV,
Mm-hmm.
so
Yeah.
we're not being too biased. I don't think.
I don't think so. It is what it is. It's not, yeah, yeah. Brock Anderson,
Who? Brooke Anderson. Don't know you.
that answers that one itself. Okay, I'm gonna just say we're not doing. Should we just not do these two because it
Oh no,
just doesn't.
Brody
I
Lee needs
mean,
to be an elite.
well, yeah, yeah, I agree.
But
I
Ian,
mean, but
well, yeah, he's a
is
part of it
a
forever.
child? I don't know.
His
Not
child,
not really on the roster.
just
Don't really feel
putting.
comfortable speaking criticizing a child.
I mean, um,
I mean, I have to put him in elite
yeah,
next to his dad so he can be with his dad.
yeah, it's a token thing. It's a
Yeah,
token thing that he's in the roster, and yeah, put him with elite.
and it's nice that the what they do
I
for him.
love how they honor Brody Lee. They honored him. The last episode of Dynamite, because they had it at Daly's place. They had a lovely video package. It's Wednesday night. You know what that means.
Yeah, every
The
week. It's not
episode they
just
did for
like
him.
Yeah, it's not just like a one-off thing. It's
He
every
is
week.
elite. And his legacy, he deserves to be elite because he actually has had a lasting legacy on everyone that he shared the locker room with. All have lovely things to say about him. All, seem to really like have carried him with him.
Yeah,
He's just
it's
he's
really
just
nice to see.
and it's so lovely that that was what AEW was all about when it started, was giving people who weren't conventional a chance. And even though he was only there for a year, he proved that he was main event material somewhere else. That dog collar match, everything he did with the Dark Order, the way he elevated it within a year, and yeah, elite forever.
I completely agree. Completely agree. Amazing wrestler. Yeah.
An amazing human as well.
hmm
So yeah,
Moving on to Brody King.
are we doing House of Black individually? Because I feel weird about that, but
Oh, I don't
they
know
are
because
they don't really wrestle individually, do they?
no
Let's just do them all together. House of Black.
action.
For me, mid. No toilet break.
Okay.
So we need Buddy Murphy and we need Malachi Black. Because otherwise we're gonna have a really long discussion about those three, and we've got a lot to get through. I feel like I could go in, but I have a very simple opinion on House of Black, which is that they're boring. So we'll go with the simple opinion.
Here's the thing. I agree, and I I have mutuals with quite a lot of people on Twitter who love them, and they're
Yeah,
constantly
which
just
is
like
great.
I they're really deep in the law, and they're always trying to figure out what
What
these
law?
different things mean.
What law?
The eye stuff, the eye face paint.
I
And I'm
hate
just
spooky stuff. I hate
I'm
it.
like, good for you. I like that it's
I
unique. I
love all
think,
of them as wrestlers
yeah,
independently. I think they're awesome. And in matches, they're awesome, but it just as a unit, as a tag team, it doesn't out for me.
mm, I'm not like I'm not clinging on their every word, trying to figure out what they're gonna do next sort of thing. I'm just kind of not really interested.
Yeah, the stable is literally we're scary and we're going to
Precisely.
dominate you, which is so generic in wrestling. It's so boring. But anyway, yeah.
Agreed. There's a lot you could do with it, and they're not doing enough.
The house
Yeah.
rules thing was interesting when it started, but if a gimmick in a match is the peak of your stable, I don't care.
Yeah, but it's not.
Anyway,
Yeah, agreed. Brian Danielson.
elite. Where else would he go? Come on, guys. He's one of the greatest wrestlers in the world.
Yeah,
There's nothing to say. And just, he's amazing. And he's doing amazing work backstage, doing amazing work finding people, getting the whip out.
he's doing God's
He's
work.
just great. He's doing God's work. And
Oh,
he is the opposite of Andrade in that he really cares and he really believes and he really understands what AEW is and he's passionate about it and he's so passionate about pro wrestling.
yeah, and that shines through in everything he does, and I
And
just
he could
love
do
that about
anything.
him.
He's elite because he's not only elite wrestler, he could go into commentary if he wanted to.
Yeah,
He's doing a bit of management backstage. He's doing booking. I'm pretty sure he's on the booking team. He's on talent discipline. Talent relations. He's doing it all. Elite.
multi-talented,
He
amazing
really got a
man.
catch, didn't he, Tony Khan, when he got him signed? He really did.
And I think that if I just really hope we get to see him at Wembley this year, but I feel like he can go
Oh my
out on a high
gosh,
if he does decide, like he said,
he's
to
part timer
yeah.
after this. Yeah,
I feel like fair enough. You've done enough, and you've proven your worth to do whatever the fuck you want to do.
he won't slow down. He'll still be doing backstage stuff. I think he'll just become more involved in like the booking and stuff. And I think that's what they need. They need someone like him.
I feel like you just couldn't tie this man away from wrestling. Like if you tried, elite,
Love him. Yep.
nothing else to say really. Bryce Remsburg.
X-Pac Heat.
Yeah, same. I just it when he's the referee, it winds me up.
Is he the one? Is he the one that caused Mox to get concussed twice?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, X-Pac Heat. There we go. Your job is to keep them safe, my friend.
Oh, and just obnoxious, and I can't. Yeah,
Oh, he screams. He screams.
what's the need?
2, 3, 4. Like we're not at 10 anywhere near 10. You don't need to be that stressed. You're stressing
Yeah,
me out.
it's not necessary,
No.
in my opinion. Yeah, I'll first to X packing.
Well, we had a few close ones, but
Close calls. Let's move on to Bunny.
obsolete. She is no longer with the company.
Cash or Wheeler. Oh, we'll do.
FTR Elite.
Yeah, we'll have to get them both
One of the
in.
best tag teams in the world. Just seriously, like living legends. Yeah, they are living legends. You are watching living legends. You are watching the best of the best in the business, in the world of all time. No exaggeration. So good. So good.
uh, when we saw them at Wembley, it was
Mm.
a great
Versus the
match.
Young Bucks. Match of the night. Was it? I think our match of the night, or definitely up there.
Was that? Am I getting it mixed up with another match where some people were like, "Oh, it wasn't as good as I was expecting it to be." It like
No, people loved that match. And
okay.
then a couple of weeks before was when they had well, that 60-minute match against Jay White, the 2 out of 3 falls. And it's like amazing that match.
Mhm.
So, and even when they were, even then when they were the revival in NXT,
Yeah,
just everywhere they've gone,
just
and they
smashed
bring
it.
something new by like so just smashed it, mate, completed it, mate. They could retire tomorrow and they will be the greatest tag team of all time, one of the greatest. Um, just yeah, elite
It's
forever.
it's simple. It's simple. Yeah, I think AEW wouldn't be the same without them. They bring so much quality to all the matches that they're in, and
Mm.
still haven't forgot when Cash Wheeler punched that guy in the face after he attacked Bret Hart at the Hall of Fame.
Yeah,
That just lives in
yeah.
my head rent free. So yeah.
Our favorite Bret Hart fanboys.
Okay, well, agreed on that one.
Who that?
So Cesar,
Who the hell is Cesar? Don't know, you love.
sorry,
Wonder how much these
sorry.
people are getting paid.
I hope they're getting paid a lot because good for them.
Yeah, good for them, I suppose, but
Chavo
could be
Guerrero
better
Jr.
utilized. Who? What do you mean, Chavo Guerrero Jr.? I only know Chavo Guerrero. I don't know Chavo Guerrero. Is this his son?
I guess.
Don't know, you love. I guess. I guess we'll never know.
Chris Jericho, divisive,
Controversial, but
polarizing.
as a wrestler, I think 4 out of 5 stars currently.
Do yeah.
Yeah, I think like he would be elite overall, but like he just don't he doesn't know when to walk away maybe, or when to maybe not get as involved in storylines, or I'm not a big fan of like the whole like this is just talking purely about wrestling and purely him as a character. The whole rhetoric of he's old and he should retire and he's terrible, you know, he's not. But if it was the start of the Le Champion era and the inner circle and that, then it was elite. But he has like his stock has gone down over time from overexposure. So he's 4 out of 5 stars for me right now. How about you? How are you feeling?
I just don't. I when I see him come on my screen, I'm just like, oh, for God's sake, like really. I feel
Yeah.
like the overexposure thing that you said is spot on. I'm not really interested in anything that he does particularly. I don't think he's good in ring considering that he's been going for so long. But
I think he's
not.
still got stock, and I think he's still, if he's used correctly, like the last time he was used correctly was against Osprey, and that was quite a good match, and it definitely
Yeah,
did put
to
Osprey
be
over.
fair.
It
Yeah.
made Osprey feel legitimate. It was the biggest match he'd ever had in his career.
That's a really fair point.
So
And yeah, he made
I think he's still 4 out of 5. He is a legend, and
he's a legend.
yeah,
Oh man, it's yeah.
he's a huge component to the roster. We're ranking the roster,
Yeah, you're right. And he coming into AEW gave it so much.
and even though it's not going great now, you could, you know.
He gave it validity at the start, I think. Like he kind of brought that star power at the very start that they
And he
needed.
still brings legitimacy to the
Mhm.
roster. It's just the storylines haven't been the best.
Yeah. And
So yeah,
mm,
that's where I think he belongs.
I feel like yeah, I can do this. I feel like for
Yeah.
me, if it was just me, I'd probably put him in mid, but
No, that's too much.
we're
That's too far.
as like such a legendary wrestler, I do agree that that will probably be too low. And yeah,
Yeah.
so
Okay. Whew.
let's go on to Christian Cage. I mean,
Elite,
oh,
elite. One of the best wrestlers right now on the roster. So, like, my favorite storyline at the minute is the patriarchy. Love, love,
I,
love. Love him
he's
so much.
just his comedic
Oh, he's
timing is just
amazing.
like unparalleled. He's brilliant, and
He's so good.
like even though obviously you want to like him because he's funny, you also can't help but hate him because he's
Oh,
such an
he's
asshole.
such a dick. Even on not this week's Dynamite, but last week's Dynamite, when he did the spot with the promo with Kill Switch, and he's like, and I want to thank the man who made it all possible. And he looks over, he's like, me. It's just that point of like, yeah, like you're really cool as a heel. I really like you, but oh, that's so detestable.
Yeah,
And
you
it's just
can't. You
it's
couldn't
textbook
like.
heel.
Yeah, you couldn't cheer him in the crowd and be like, it's like cool to cheer the heel because it's just not. You
No.
just cannot cheer that.
And he's so good at that, he's so good at getting genuine heat while also being revered.
Hmm.
And he's amazing in the ring. He's had amazing matches, and he's in his peak of his career. This
I
is
mean,
the peak.
and that's unbelievable considering, the
All the
stretch that
amazing
his
things he's
career's
done
had.
already.
Yeah,
Love it.
legendary.
I'm so excited to see what's going to happen going forward.
Yeah, yeah, me too. He's one of the main reasons to watch AEW, I think,
Mm.
for me anyway. Awesome. Christopher Daniels then.
This is hard. I'm going to go Battle Royale fadder because he is. That's what his role is now. I think he's got a backstage role. He was doing talent relations, wasn't he? And
I
then yeah,
mean,
Battle Royale fadder. He comes out and he does what he needs to do. He's fine.
I think he's an amazing wrestler and
Yeah,
really like some of the stuff he's done in other promotions, but you're right. I feel like
he's older now. He's in his
he is.
he's just paying his dues towards and giving back.
Hmm.
He's great. Yeah,
Totally makes sense.
putting the
Chuck,
younger guys over.
yeah, Chuck Taylor,
Oh, best friends,
best
best friends.
friends.
Oh, this is gonna
Chucky
cause some
T.
contention with Trent Beretta. Oh my god, the best friends. This is hard for me because I love him so much. But Elite just seems too high.
Are we putting
No, don't you dare. Don't you
okay,
dare.
okay,
Put
right,
put
okay.
that put that down. We're just doing the two best
Unclicked.
friends
Unclicked straight away, right.
because I don't think those two are going to go in Elite. Unfortunately, as much as I love him, I think they're 4 out of 5.
I really, really like them, but I feel like that's generous. Um,
Don't put them in mid.
because they're not mid, I don't know, but
Oh, I love him.
I do too. I
4 out of
do.
5. We're emotionally invested, and we care. You
And
care about him.
they've been a team for so long, but
Yeah, the
it,
OGs have done so much. They're
it never gets
underdogs,
old.
and you root for him. They're
Hmm.
great baby faces, even though Trent. Well, Chucky T's out at a minute with an injury, and Trent's kind of doing like a bit of heel work. But they're 4 out of 5 stars. They're great.
Yeah. I think you're right. And
If
I mean, I
Sue were with
can't
him,
dispute any
elite,
of that. Just not, yeah, not hit that
obviously.
high enough level.
Oh,
Oh, here we go. Well, okay. So anyone who has spoke to me about wrestling for more than 2 seconds knows that this is my favorite wrestler, Claudio Castagnoli. I think he is all
yep.
around like just amazing in the ring. And I can appreciate when people say, oh, he doesn't have a personality, and I totally get that he's not the most charismatic, he's not the best at promos, but I think in AEW he's done a lot better because he can just kind of
With
be
Blackpool
himself.
Combat Club as
Yeah,
well.
he can just be
Works
himself.
so well for him.
Hmm.
Yeah, be himself.
They're not like scripting his promos for him, you can tell. He just kind of speaks from the heart. You can tell he loves working with Brian and Mox and Wheeler as well. Love the whole dynamic, like this dysfunctional family dynamic. I just love everything about it, but
And he just puts
there's-
on bangers. On
yeah.
Dynamite, when you're gonna get a good match on Dynamite.
This is what I've
You
always
don't
said about
it's
him.
great.
You can just rely on him to put an
So
amazing match
consistent.
against anyone.
And he gets my thing is whoever he's in the ring with, he'll have such an unconventional match and his style meshes so well, like the stuff he did with Orange Cassidy,
Hmm.
you
Like
know.
you wouldn't think that it might. You might think it might not work, or it might, if they would be able to like mix their two styles together, but he adapts to everything. So,
But
but other side of the
I don't
coin.
think he's elite. I don't think he's elite.
Mm, I knew you'd say that. I knew you'd
Because
say
he's in
that.
the mid card. He's in the mid card, you know?
Yeah, he is, and he.
And all the people in that top tier are champions or like to me that's another requirement to be in the top category is you're booked for the top.
It's the story of his career is always just like, yeah, but
He's a
he's in
top
the
tier
mid
mid
card.
carder. There's
Yeah,
nothing wrong with that.
you're my favorite mid
You
carder.
need you need good mid carders.
Do you
And he
do
knows
you?
that. I feel like
Mhm.
he knows that that's his role and he plays it well.
Yeah, as I want
Four
him
out
to
of
be in the
five
main
for
event.
me.
I want him to be in the main event, and I want him to be world champion. But it's just never happened for him. But that doesn't mean it doesn't make him a failure. It doesn't like some of the best wrestlers in
No.
the world in history have never world champions. So it is what it is.
Yeah, it's what it is.
Love you, Claudio. Okay, well we can deal with these two quick enough.
Oh. Who's that Cody and who's the other one?
That's Punk.
Well
Let's
then.
not open that can of worms. That could be an episode in and of itself. Content
Yeah,
idea.
so much to talk about. But we both love CM Punk. Like
Mhm.
growing up, he was one of our favorite wrestlers. So we have
I'm
very
so
complex
glad.
feelings on the matter.
Yeah, yeah, we won't get into it here, but let's just say I'm so glad that we got to experience him at Wembley and that being his last ever AEW match and us experiencing that together. That that
It
story
was
wrote
amazing.
itself.
Yeah. And then being in Mackey's at
Yes.
midnight and reading the
And you
news
being
on
like,
Reddit.
listen to this, and I was like, you're making that up. Are you sure that's
Yeah,
true? And you were
literally.
like, and then you could hear other wrestling fans in McDonald's talking about it.
Yeah.
Crazy, out of body experience, like
Mm.
nonetheless. Cole Carter is the next one.
Who?
Cole Carter, Carter with a K.
Do you know him?
Oh,
Don't know you love. And
Colt
that's
Cabana.
terrible. Carter with a K. What do
Yeah,
you think you're doing?
but Cole with a C. Am I wrong? Colt Cabana's not in AEW anymore, is he?
Yeah, he is. He's in Ring of Honor.
Right,
He does stuff with Brandon Cutler. He's
right.
Battle Royale fodder.
Yeah. Quickly moving on to Dalton Castle.
He's great, but he's not. He's like Athena. Well, he's not like Athena level to me, but like he should. He's so over. People love him when he's on AEW, even like though it's obvious that he's just jobbing, and people just get
Yeah.
so into him.
Mm.
Why are you not putting him on AEW TV?
And he's very
Why are you not doing that?
entertaining and he's super charismatic and he's always held up Ring of Honor for years and years and years.
Yeah,
But
I think 4 out of 5.
really? Low.
Okay, mid. We'll go for mid. Mid. We'll go for mid.
But
Well, no, I
judgment
just think for
going on.
like what he is, I suppose. I don't know. He's just underrated. We should
Oh,
have had an
definitely.
underrated category, but we're not adding
Underrated.
any more categories. But we should have had that. But yeah, mid.
Next
Mid
next
is less
time.
better.
I feel like mid maybe no, actually. I was gonna say it is an underrated category, but it doesn't really fit the other two. But okay. Dan Lambert.
Don't know him.
Same. Danhausen.
Can we create an underrated category? Actually, I want one because I want to put Danhausen in it and I want to put Dalton Castle in it.
Where does that lie like on the ranking though?
In between mid and bathroom break.
You think?
No, actually, I don't. Oh, I don't know. Should we add that though? Because it's just
I
because
feel
then we're
like
doing what we said we weren't going to do, and it's bias. It's bias. It's not the reality. No, let's not do that. Danhausen is mid. Is mid. He's mid, but he
yeah.
shouldn't be mid. Mid.
There's potential for it to be good, but also it's a bit daft that it could bring
I love
people
him.
in. It could be a draw
Oh, I
potentially,
love him.
but
I think he's so underrated. I think he's just great. He's
I
great
think
for what he is, but he should be doing more. He's not
yeah.
gonna ever gonna be world champion though, and he shouldn't be. But he's so entertaining.
Next
I hate the
on
mid category. It's such a
uh
harsh name.
well
Should we just rename it?
we can rename it or we can add a bracket like we have to some of the others.
Yeah. Yeah, like how do we specify what it is? It's like yeah, underutilized. Underutilized. That's the word.
Mm, makes sense, especially for these two.
Because mid it's our third category. So it's like they are good.
It's not bad.
It's not like the shit. It's not mid as in the shit. It's like mid as in,
Middle,
yeah, I'm
like
happy with that. That
literally.
makes me feel better.
Yeah,
Like I'm not roasting
we're not being as
people.
harsh anymore.
No.
Daniel Garcia. He's got to be.
How do you feel about
He's
him?
got to be pretty high. I feel like he's.
I think mid underutilized.
Mm, I think I would love to see him in the Blackpool Combat Club
Mm,
and see
yeah,
if.
we're just ready for art. We were ready for him to take on the next stage.
Mhm.
The wrestling's there, we've gotten there with everything else. The characters, it's we've been dragging out this bloody storyline of am I a sports entertainer? Am I a wrestler for so
Mhm.
long now? Just commit. Just commit,
Mhm.
please.
And apparently, he was originally meant to be in the Blackpool Combat Club before Wheeler. I don't know.
Yeah,
Can't remember where I heard that, but you can see it. It'd be a perfect fit.
but I think
And
he was still wrapped up in the jazz, or he was wrapped up in a faction, and that's why it didn't end up happening.
mhm.
But yeah, he's great in the ring, so entertaining, charismatic. He just needs that little bit more, but they need to give him story. You need to give people stuff for him to do stuff with. So
He has the potential to
hopefully, Blackpool Combat Club.
go all the way up. Definitely.
He does.
Dante Martin.
I felt nothing. Can't be asked.
Yeah, it doesn't
We already touched on it at the start.
it doesn't really warrant like the extra thought. It's just like I don't even. Yeah.
But it seems like they're going to be getting a push top flight. Seems to be the next thing. So we'll see.
Yeah, we'll see. Could go up to the old bathroom break.
Oh, that's funny. Okay.
Darby Allin then. Oh.
Ooh, we
Oh.
have opinions. We have
Oh.
opinions.
Right. I think he's an idiot, and I think he's gonna. I've said this to you before. I think he's probably gonna kill himself like by accident, doing something really silly, really early in his life,
Yeah.
probably maybe wrestling related. Who knows? But I enjoy watching him get hurt, and I feel like it's a spectacle. I like because I've recently realized this because before I was like, he's just a complete idiot. I don't want to watch him hurt himself. But now I'm like, well, he's gonna do it anyway. I might as well enjoy it. And I'm kind of like embracing it. And I'm just like, if you're gonna hurt yourself, I'm gonna watch and be in shock. But like no one else does that. He's willing to put his body on the line, and that gives him that sort of unique appeal, I think. And
Yeah,
not saying he's amazing. I don't think he's an amazing wrestler or an amazing character, but I like watching him get hurt.
you know what? With Aubrey, I'm going to kind of take it from your perspective. I also have the exact same opinion of Lucy. When we were talking about Aubrey and referees, Lucy said, it's not my taste, but when you think of AEW, you think of Aubrey. And when you think of AEW, you think of Darby.
Mm.
He's very striking. His look's very striking. You go to an AEW show, there's going to be a kid with Darby face paint on.
Mm.
He's been there since day one. He's a pillar.
It's a
To me,
skateboard guy.
I don't like his style of wrestling. I don't enjoy watching people hurt themselves. Like, yeah, I get it, it's like funny, entertaining, like what an idiot, but that's not the point of wrestling. Like, I don't. I mean, I appreciate like it's unique and stuff, and I appreciate when we're doing a big pay-per-view or a big match, and you're willing to do crazy spots. I think that's badass. I think that's awesome. However, I don't think it's awesome when it's just a random Wednesday that
Yeah.
no one's going to remember or care about. Like, yeah, it might go viral on Twitter for 2 minutes, but in 2 weeks' time, no one's going to care because people are constantly doing crazy spots. But yeah, as I was saying, he is essential. He's like almost like a mascot. He's 4 out of 5. If I remove my bias, he's 4 out of
If we're
5.
going, yeah, with that,
Because people love him. People love him.
people really do.
Like, actually. So
With that sort of criteria, it's hard to argue not. But then I see him next to Claudio and I get personally offended because I'm like, these two aren't on the same level.
yeah, but it's a different taste though, isn't it? It's a
Yeah.
different taste.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
And we're being really fair there.
We're being fair. We're putting our personal thoughts aside. Look at us being diplomatic.
So mature.
Up next is Darius Martin.
We've just done him.
That was Dante.
We put him in. Oh, well, that says it all, doesn't it? I felt nothing.
Dasha Gonzalez.
I felt nothing. I don't think she's that good.
No, I agree. I don't. Yeah, same.
So forgettable. Like, and yeah, I get it. Like, her job is just interviewing, announcing. Like, is she just an announcer? Or is she an interviewer?
I
Or should
think
both?
she's just an announcer.
Yeah, like, but she's no Justin Roberts, is she?
No. And I can't remember the name of the. No, we're not talking about WWE right now, obviously, but the WWE announcer they've got right now is really, really good.
Samantha.
Yeah.
Samantha Irvin.
Yeah, she's so cool.
Amazing. So good.
But not related, but yeah. So like I think the point is that announcers can be really, really good and they can make a really big impact and yeah.
Everyone should play a role. Everyone's role is who isn't a wrestler is to get the wrestlers over.
Yes.
That's your whole point.
Yeah. Precisely.
It's not that she does bad, it's just generic.
It's just meh.
Just not, yeah. It's just meh. No spice.
Diamante.
Felt nothing.
Same.
Jobber.
Nothing really springs to mind. Yeah, Jobber. We do the role you need to do. Is what it is.
To get over the 3 women that we book. No hate, no shade to her. Maybe she's really good.
Not her fault.
We wouldn't know. We wouldn't know.
Would like to see some, more than one women's storyline going on. 2 or 3 would be good.
Mm-hmm.
You can see people like this get a bit more up. So Don Callis is next.
Okay, so we're ranking him as a manager. I think
very
4 out of 5 stars because Don Callis family aren't really done out lately.
Okay.
But maybe he is elite because like he is the best heel manager. Like I genuinely despise him.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say before. Like just the most effective of heels.
And I love heels, and I'm the most cringe, self-aware, like annoying Mark. Yeah, Like, I'm like, oh, it's so cool. Like, he's such a heel, but no, I genuinely, fuck you, Don Callis. I hate you.
I do think that
Let's put him.
it's
Let's
overdone
bump him up to
sometimes though.
elite.
I think
You think?
there was certain things that I wasn't really into with Chris Jericho and stuff, but I can 4 out of 5. I wouldn't personally think elite, so 4 out of 5 for me works.
Okay, we can do that. We can do that.
We can work that in. We can work that in. Dustin Rhodes then.
Battle Royale fodder.
Unfortunately, I agree, but I think
that's fine. Like, he's
he plays
old.
a really important role. I think in AEW, kind of like generally at a high level, but in ring, it's take it or leave it. So that's the end of part 1. Obviously, there's a lot of wrestlers in this, so we're gonna have to split it into 2 parts. So make sure to join us for part 2 coming soon.
Yeah, we've got a lot more to get through. Yeah, it'd be like that because we kept going on about nobody's. Clearly, we had a lot of opinions. We got opinions. Yeah, please like the video, subscribe to the channel, go to TikTok. We've got a TikTok account. Share it around with your friends. Tell them all about this amazing podcast.
Get your wrestling friends to listen. Leave a rating.
Support women. If you don't, you hate women.
Yeah. Confirmed.
Put your money where your mouth is. You say you want to support women in wrestling, support women wrestling media, you know. Follow us on Spotify. Absolutely, please rate us on Spotify. It's the most important one. Well, it's not. We want them all, but especially the rating. That's the way to grow it the most. And yeah, we'll be back with more content. Part 2 coming soon. We'll wrap it up.
Wrapped up.
I must bid you adieu, goodbye, and good night, bang!
I wish you died in the womb!